Chapter 25. In the past week, Jenna had worked as hard as she could to ready the bed and breakfast. She owed Grayson so much. The least he could do is recover properly and not give her a hard time. She wanted to surprise him by having a nearly functional business. She knew it wouldn't be fully functional. That'd be impossible.
What should I do with this?
June asked.
Some man just dropped it off. He was crying like a baby.
Jenna took the garment bag from June. Is he still here?
No, he took off saying what a tragedy it was.
What's a tragedy? June shrugged. It must be for Grayson. I'll see if he knows anything about it.
The girls and I are heading home for the day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for all your hard work. I'm so happy you're all willing to work here full time.
We are too. We were tired of working at the cleaning service. This has always been our favorite house.
Jenna nodded. Mine too.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, Jenna called, heading to the staircase. She quickly climbed the stairs and entered Grayson's bedroom.
Hello, Jenna.
Grayson's voice came from behind her. It sounded smooth, silky. She didn't trust it. Jenna turned and found he was less than a step away. She moved back. He stepped closer. She held out the garment bag, stopping him. Is this yours? A man just dropped it off. Grayson took the bag and unzipped it.
It must have been the tailor. I forgot I had ordered this suit.
He was crying.
I was his favorite customer.
I'll hang it up for you, Jenna said, reaching for the bag. Grayson tugged it away.
Don't. If you have to do something with it, then give it to someone who needs it. Otherwise, I'm tossing it in the fire.
Jenna glanced at the cold fireplace.
I have matches.
Jenna rolled her eyes. I'm hanging it in the closet, she said, snatching the bag before he could tug it away again.
Jenna.
Grayson warned, following her to the closet. She whipped open the closet door and hooked the bag onto the rod. Done! Grayson yanked it down and stormed down the stairs so fast that Jenna had a hard time catching up. She finally caught him at the front door as he swung it open. Where are you going?
To return the suit.
You can't return it. It was tailored specifically for you.
I've paid that man a small fortune. I'll pay him another just to take the bloody thing back.
You're being ridiculous. Grayson stopped. Pain filled his eyes.
I know it sounds ridiculous. I can't make you understand. I lost everything that mattered because I was too blind. I was absorbed in my small world, not knowing what was happening around me. These damn suits bound me into a life I thought I wanted.
It wasn't the suits.
I know, it was me.
He admitted, his voice cracking.
But it's easier to blame the suits.
Jenna stepped closer, wrapping her arms around him. You still have everything that matters. You didn't lose anything. She didn't look up to see his expression. She could feel it in the way his body tensed. She was about to let go, chiding herself for even thinking he'd want a hug from her, when suddenly he changed. His arms wrapped around her, tugging her further into him. It felt like the first time she walked into the mansion. She felt like she was home. A car zoomed up the driveway, squealing to a halt at the gate. Grayson let go of Jenna to walk the few yards to the panel. He pressed the button, allowing the gate to roll open. They watched as the car rolled through and up to where they stood. Grayson stepped forward as a man hopped out of the driver's side, engine still running. He held out an envelope to Grayson, who took it.
You've been served,
he said, snapping a picture before jumping back into his car and racing away. What's going on? Jenna asked, looking at the envelope. Grayson rubbed his forehead.
I have a feeling someone didn't appreciate being attacked by a hose.
Jenna gaped. The realtor? Grayson opened the envelope and scanned the papers inside.
Looks like they won't let me out of the contract. I have to sell with them, or they'll sue.
I thought you could get out of the contract by paying a fee.
You made her mad.
She knocked you to the ground.
Technically, I tripped and fell over.
Why are you defending her when she's suing you? Grayson shrugged.
Facts are facts.
So you're going to let her win?
Sometimes it's not about winning.
Grayson slung the garment bag over his shoulder and wrapped his other arm around Jenna, wincing at the movement.
Why don't we raid Mr. Miller's wine? He'll never know.
Grayson.
Okay, he might know, but I'll take the blame.
Jenna's lips twitched under her scowl. Jenna had been sleeping in her little room on the 3rd floor now that Adam's debt was repaid and her life was no longer in danger. But at present she sat on the couch in Grayson's bedroom with a bottle of wine between them. It was nearly empty. She had wanted to stay down in the kitchen or even the great room, but he wanted to make sure she could roll him to his bed in case he drank too much, said with a glimmer in his eyes. She doubted he ever drank that much, but it was comfortable sitting next to him. She thought they'd finally made it through all the barriers and become friends. Sort of. Half of the time, she didn't know what to expect from him. Grayson reached for the bottle and topped off Jenna's glass, draining the last of the bottle.
Should I get more?
Only if you want it.
No, I'm good.
So am I.
Are you?
He asked, glancing at her.
What will happen if I have to sell this place?
Jenna's chest tightened. Then I'll start over someplace else. It's what I do best, she said, attempting to smile. But can you find something for the ladies? They quit their jobs to work here. Grayson nodded.
I can do that. What about Frankie and Mark?
Jenna's lips pursed. I didn't hire them.
You didn't?
No, they showed up wanting to help.
That was nice of them.
Jenna sighed.
It wasn't nice.
I gave them one simple task.
Which was?
To call around for landscapers that'd be able to finish the work on short notice.
And they didn't?
Oh, they called and then determined that they were better suited for the job. She snorted. Have you seen the new design? Grayson shook his head.
No, but I heard a mirror ball fountain was one of the new features, sure to knock my socks off.
Jenna groaned. Maybe it's better that we can't open the business.
Some things happen for a reason.
She solemnly nodded. I'll miss this place, but not Mr. Miller. Grayson's head fell back with a short laugh. His smile warmed her like a cozy blanket.
And what about Grayson Miller? Will you miss him?
He's not so bad. A lingering gaze caught them for a moment until awkward silence rolled through. Jenna set her wine glass on the coffee table and stood. I should head to bed. It looks like tomorrow's going to be a long day.
Why?
Grayson asked, standing as well. I'll have to find a lawyer and see if the realtor actually has a case.
I'll take care of it.
But I'm the manager. I'll take care of it. Grayson smiled.
And I'm Mr. Miller, feared by all.
Jenna clucked her tongue. Don't be silly. I owe you so much. Let me fix this.
You don't owe me anything.
Are you kidding? I owe you my life and my brother's life. You were shot because of us. You said employees weren't good for your health, and I didn't believe you, not to mention the bags and bags of clothes that keep arriving.
Well, maybe the clothes.
Grayson, Jenna smacked his uninjured arm. I'm serious. I owe you, and I want to fix this.
I'm serious too. You don't owe me anything.
Why? How could I not? Grayson's lips touched hers. It was a tentative, fleeting kiss that surprised her and, from his wide expression, surprised him too. Their eyes locked, neither one moving closer nor retreating.
Jenna.
Grayson started. She backed away, hearing regret in his voice. I think I'll head to bed. My bed, she specified, then kicked herself for the obvious. She turned to bolt.
Wait.
She didn't. Her feet moved quickly as she fled down the hall and up the stairs to her bedroom. She raced in and whipped the door closed.
Son of a...
Grayson's muffled curse sounded through the door. Oh no! Jenna ran back to the door, opening it to find Grayson holding his shoulder. Are you hurt? I didn't know you followed me.
Obviously,
he said, stepping into the room. Jenna inched back. Do you want ice?
No.
Jenna scooted further away. Pain meds?
No.
She was running out of space, and Grayson kept advancing. I didn't mean to hurt you. You don't have to look like you want to take a bite out of me.
What if that's exactly what I want?
His reply was smooth, soaking through her. His tone was at odds with his expression. She didn't know how to read him, and he kept closing in. She squeaked as he reached out, his hand wrapping around her arm. Oh, Jenna stammered as Grayson reeled her in. His head lowered, dipping toward her lips. Oh my. Jenna wasn't prepared for this. Was he really going to kiss her after he sounded repentant just moments ago? His mouth was so close. She could feel the tickle of his beard.
Stop thinking.
I'm not. His soft laugh brushed against her.
You are too.
I am not. His fingers threaded through her hair. He gently tugged down, tilting her face up to him.
Are too.
Before Jenna could retort with a witty, am not, he kissed her. His mouth moved against hers, gentle at first. She savored each breath, each whisper of his lips against hers. She wanted this. She had known it for a while. But did he want her? Or was she just the warm body that happened to be in front of him? Did it matter? No. Yes. Well, not right now. Not when there was a growing ache, a need for this man who was kissing her.
For the love of God, stop thinking.
He growled, sweeping her over to the bed and dumping her on top. I'm not thinking,
I can tell you are.
he said, kneeling on the bed in front of her. How? She asked as he leaned over her. His finger skimmed over her lips.
They're supposed to be soft.
And they aren't? Her question released in a rush of air. He slowly shook his head.
Let go of your control.
Jenna watched as Grayson kneeled over her, pinning her to her spot. His warmth seeped into her skin, his solid body against hers. His lips brushed against her neck, whispering in her ear.
Give me your control.
Jenna swallowed. As for thinking, her brain had turned to mush. It was utterly useless. And as for control, it was slipping down a very steep slope. This time, when he kissed her, she kissed him back with the unquenchable need that had been growing on the sidelines for these past weeks, fighting with him, befriending him, and wanting just a tiny spot in his mind dedicated just for her. It was only fair since he took up a majority of hers. Jenna deepened the kiss, smiling to herself when Grayson moaned. His hand slid up her body, pushing her shirt up and off. She wrapped her arms around his neck, bringing his mouth back to hers. Her hands wandered down his strong back, muscles tightening as her hand skimmed across, traveling lower until they settled nicely on his firm behind. Very nice indeed. He groaned. Grayson rolled to the side, taking Jenna with him.
My shoulder hurts.
Jenna was quick to move, but Grayson was quicker to capture.
Stay right here.
He said in the demanding tone that now made her toes curl and her breath hitch. She looked down at him from her position on top, him rigid between her legs. But your arm, her voice drifted. She didn't really want to stop.
Is absolutely fine where it is.
He said, his touch drifting softly over the top of Jenna's breasts, which were pushed up by one of Maya's lingerie choices. Thank you, Maya.
And you are absolutely fine where you are.
His finger hooked into the front, nestling between her cleavage. He pulled down, dragging Jenna with. Using the tip of his tongue, he followed along the top edge of the bra. God, she was about to come unglued, and he was still fully clothed. Something had to be done about that. Jenna tugged at his shirt, raising it over his head as gently and quickly as possible. He let out a jagged breath as the shirt moved over his shoulder. Sorry,
I'm not.
he said, discarding her bra a second later. He gazed upon her with such adoration she felt the heat of a blush licking her skin. In order to hide from his vision and regroup for just a moment, she leaned over and kissed him. His hand cupped the back of her head, deepening the kiss. Her breasts brushed against his chest. He moaned, sweeping his hand down her back and pressing her on top of him. Their bodies molded together as they continued their embrace, his tongue mating with hers. With Grayson all around her, her senses frayed, sending her to a place she had never experienced before. Her control was no longer slipping but had plummeted into oblivion. Grayson, now dipping down, touching his lips to her breast, was still coherent. while she was a moaning, boneless mass, falling apart as his tongue teased with such intensity that she couldn't even remember the alphabet. Her hands worked to discard the remaining clothes that kept them apart.
Jenna,
He moaned as she kissed down his neck and chest, teasing him as he had teased her.
come back here.
He ordered, right before his back arched. He reached down and yanked her up so they were kissing again.
I can only handle so much.
He said, nibbling on her bottom lip. You seem to be doing just fine, Jenna said.
Do I?
He asked, rubbing his hard length against her highly sensitized spot. Jenna could have sworn her eyes just crossed. Better than I'm holding up, she admitted. Grayson grinned.
Do you think you can make it to my bedroom?
Why? For a brief moment he turned sheepish.
I didn't quite think this through. The condoms are in my room.
Before Jenna could respond, Grayson's hand moved down, cupping her, slipping a finger into her heat. But, she moaned, not wanting to leave the cozy bedroom with his magical hands and tormenting tongue, which was now following the same path as his hand.
It will only take a moment.
He said, sliding her over as his tongue traveled. But, she whimpered.
I'll always protect you, Jenna. Always.
But can you? She felt his smile against the inside of her thigh.
I can do that too.